Good morning, thank you very much for joining me. Today I thought we'd have a bit of a change from the vlogs and the Q&As that I've been doing recently and go back to some old school, different videos that make us think about something other than lockdown. So I thought I'd do a new look, plus size, over 50, try on haul, see what we think. I've got lots of clothes, I've ordered a whole selection of different things to try. See what I look like. If you're a new viewer, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. If I sound bunged up today, it's because I've got hay fever. I'm really struggling with it at the moment. Never have I wished for a day of rain to damp down all that pollen more than I do at the moment. I've barely been outside in the last 3 days and I'm still absolutely streaming. So I've literally just put my makeup on this morning. I'm filming this video because by about 2 hours after I put my makeup on, it's generally halfway down my face. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. For reference, I will link everything I show you in the, or everything I've ordered and everything I try on in the description box below. So if you want any more info, do click through. I'll try and remember to tell you the prices as well, but if I do forget, just click through from the description box. What else? For reference, I am between an 18 to 20 on the bottom and a 22, 24 on the top generally, but I'll try and tell you the sizes as well as we go through everything. Right, I think that's all the admin-y stuff. Let's have a look at what I ordered. I think I ordered 2 items in this print. It's red and it's a midi dress and it's this tiered style, and I don't know if it's going to make me look like a marquee or not. I fear it may. But we shall just see. I love this sort of unstructured style. I'm very drawn to it. I think it can hide a multitude of sins, but also it's just my kind of style, this sort of very loose fit. I do enjoy that. It's nice lightweight fabric. It's got a bit of a flare on the end of the arm. What am I trying to say there? Can't remember. The original price was £27.99 and I think it was £21 in the sale, this. And so I quite like that. I ordered this in a 20 and I quite like the look of this. Let's try it on. I quite like this. To start with, when I put it on, I thought, oh, it's going to be too tight around my bust. But in actual fact, it's not. Hang on, let me just try and hide that label. There we are, that's gone. I like the V-neck. I really like the sleeve with the little frill on it. I don't feel like it's too marquee-ish. It's just quite a nice fit and sort of skims over my stomach. Let me do a all the way round twizzy for you. As you can see, I've teamed it with these little black kitten heel booties, which are from Marks and Spencer's. There's a reason for this. I do really like this dress though, I think. Feels lovely and cool and lightweight. Yeah, the main thing I was worried about with this was that it was going to be huge, you know, absolutely humongous. And while it's a nice loose fit, it doesn't feel like it's sort of drowning me, considering I'm only 5'3" and I find that I can, these sorts of dresses can be less flattering than I would like them to be. But yeah, I like this, I do. While I've got this on, I wanted to look at this next item that I've ordered. A big departure for me. I've never owned anything like this in my life. This is a faux leather biker jacket. And I thought this would look nice with this dress and the little booties. So honestly, I don't know what I was thinking, but I quite like the idea of having. Am I too old for a faux leather biker jacket? Possibly. Do I care? No. £34.99 this was, and I ordered it in a 24. Let's pop it on. Right, I feel like this is too big. This is the jacket done up. Yeah, I definitely feel like I could have sized down in this. Let's undo. I don't like it done up. I think undone, I quite like it. You're not quite at the right angle. Undone, I really quite like it. I do think it's too big. I feel like it's just around this area, or not so much on my shoulders, although a little bit on my shoulders. But yeah, I feel like it's too big. I feel like the fit needs to be smaller. I would naturally wear jackets oversized, you see, but this, I do feel like the fit needs to be a little bit more fitted to look good, so I would size down definitely one size, possibly 2 sizes in that, but the overall look I quite like. Yeah, I do quite like it. What do you think? Next we've got another dress. This is a black spotty dress, and this is similar style. It's very creased, similar style, but it's more tiered. It has more tiers in. I like the colour, I like the big spots. I've got similar dresses to this that I got from eBay that I've shown you before that have tiny spots on, but I like the big bold spots on this. This was again in the sale. It's £25.99 original price, and it was down to £18.19. This one, I bought this in a 20 as well, so yeah, I like the look of this one as well. Okay, this is not good for me. I don't know how well you can see it there. Let me step forward a little bit. The waist sits on my, I'm quite high-waisted, and the waist on this sits on my widest part, giving me love handles, for want of a better word. It just does not sit in a flattering way. I'm not sure how well you can see that front on. That's the turning round view. I like the sleeve length. It's elasticated at the cuffs, this one. I think this would actually be a really nice dress for somebody who wasn't as high-waisted as me. I really like the length of these dresses. I'm finding that they're not too long, which usually with a midi dress, I struggle to get a midi dress that doesn't drown me and go down to my ankles, but certainly both of the dresses that I've tried have been a good length on me. But yeah, just this bit does nothing for me, unfortunately, with this. If it was there, it wouldn't be so bad, but because it's meant to be a sort of straight up and down tiered dress, and it just that bit sits in the wrong place, unfortunately. So this one is a bit of a no, I'm afraid. Next we've got another spotty dress. It's this one by Wednesday's Girl, which is a brand that I've seen popping up quite a lot. It's pale pink. It's got a slightly sheeny finish to the fabric, very lightweight, and it's got a sort of rust coloured spot on it. It's sleeveless, it's wrap style, and it's got a belt with it. I thought this looked a really nice dress for summer, so looking forward to trying this one. Now this one, sadly, I had quite high hopes for this. I generally find a wrap style is quite flattering. I feel like it's a little longer than I would like it to be ideally, and it definitely doesn't fit across the bust. As you can see, there is not enough fabric there. Excuse the fact I've got a black bra on, but yeah, there's I mean, I could sew it, but if I put a stitch in it, that is going to be pulling. There's just not enough fabric. It's a fixed wrap rather than a wrap style, which I think is possibly a bit of a shame. I think if it was a wrap it might fit. And I also don't like the sleeves. The sort of, it's almost sleeveless. It's somewhere between sleeveless and a cap sleeve, and I feel like it just, I don't know if it's because it doesn't fit across the top, but it feels very boxy. The shape of it up here I don't feel is particularly flattering. I think the sleeve needs to be either longer or completely, you see, if it was completely sleeveless, I feel like that would look a lot nicer than that. You see what I mean? I'll just turn around for you so you can see it all the way around. Yeah, unfortunately this one is a no, which is a shame because I love the fabric and I like the idea of the wrap style, but it's just a little bit disappointing on. Right, now I think all the rest are tops. Yeah, yeah, they are all tops. And this is the same print as the red dress I started with. This is a peplum style top. Now, if you saw my video last week where I had a tiny boohoo haul, I'll link it up here if you didn't see it. I had a black top in the peplum style, which I didn't like because it didn't come down far enough over my stomach and it just felt generally too small. But I'm quite interested to see if I can get away with that style, so I thought I'd order this and see what it looked like. So let's see if this works any better than that did. It's better than the black one. If it didn't have this open bit at the front, I could probably get on board with this. I've had to pull it up a little bit because the waist bit doesn't sit on the waist for me, and the sleeves are a little bit longer than I would like if I was really nitpicking. But yeah, this is better than the black one. I'm not going to discount this style of top from now on. I'm not going to keep this because I don't like the way it opens up at the front at all. That's the sideways view, and that's the back. I don't think it's terrible from any angle particularly, but I would just like this front bit to be together rather than open. So it's a no, but it hasn't turned me off peplum tops completely. So I guess in that scenario it's kind of a win, sort of. Next we got this one. I really love the pale green of this, and it's sort of almost a vintagey style. It's got like a puff sleeve with a little tie detail on it, a V-neck again, and it gathers sort of under the bust in a V shape. I don't know how well you can see that. I ordered this one in a 24 because it was more fitted and I felt like I might need more room in it to feel comfortable, and this was originally 22. It's by Blue Vanilla Curves, by the way. It was originally a 22 pounds even, and I think it might still be. Yes, it was 22 pounds, this one. I really like the colour of this. I like this one. I really do like it, but I think it's too big. This bit under here is really baggy. I really feel like I could size down in this, and I feel like it would be nicer if it was just a little more fitted, a bit like that. I'm holding it at the back now, but I really like the colour, I really like the style. It's short, but not too short. My stomach doesn't hang down underneath it. It's the same length all the way round, it doesn't ride up at the back. I really like that top. I might well reorder this one in a 22 because I feel like it's nice. Nice is such a... I feel nice in it is what I'm trying to say, I guess. But yeah, definitely too big. Definitely overestimated my size for that one. Next, we've got this pale blue. It's just a very simple t-shirt top with a knotted front. They've got this in lots of different colours on the website. This is 100% organic cotton for anyone who's interested in that, and the price was £8.99. I ordered it in a 24 because I like my t-shirts to be a little bit oversized, and I'm glad I did because that doesn't look very huge to me. It looks as though it will hopefully be okay, possibly not though. Looks quite tight around the bottom area. Let's give it a go. Right, I've had to fiddle about with that one a bit. The way it was tied was way too tight, so there was plenty of give in the knot, so I've just loosened it a bit and it looks so much better like that. It's just a simple t-shirt, but I like this little knot detail. Gives it something a little bit different, doesn't it? And I love the colour. I feel like pale blue is a colour that really suits me. I think pale blue suits most people, to be honest, but sorry, I've got a weird bit of hair from taking everything on over my head and back again. But yeah, I really like that one. It's a nice, simple, good value for money, organic cotton as well. So if you're into that kind of thing, that's a good option. And as I say, they had this in lots of different colours. I think there was black, white, pink, yellow, possibly a pale green as well. Yeah, I really like that one. Next we have this, which hilariously on their website is described as pale yellow. This is about as far from pale yellow as you can get. It's not quite mustard. It's sort of somewhere between mustard and sunshine yellow, I would say. It's got a bit of that mustard sort of vibe in it. But this again is a peplum style top, but with a long sleeve, more of a blouse, this front, button front and a long sleeve. This one was £17.99, and again I ordered this in a 24. Oh, this one's a fail. I actually quite like the colour. It's less mustardy than I first thought, but it does that thing again whereby the frill sits on my widest part rather than on my waist. It's a problem that I have with a lot of this type of top, and if I lift my arms up you can probably see that. It's just, it comes out at my widest part, and I just feel like that's just not flattering. It's just not a flattering look at all. Lengthwise it's fine. I don't particularly like my bottom in it, I have to say. I don't think it looks particularly attractive from the side. It's a bit too gathered in the back for me. Other than this issue, I quite like it, but yeah, the long sleeve would probably bother me. I do like a 3/4 sleeve. I'm not a long sleeve kind of person really, but yeah, I think you could push it up. Yeah, you could do that and that would probably stay, but yeah, just because of this issue, that is not for me, unfortunately. Right, I ordered this one because it's very like the Boohoo one that I ordered last week. It's almost identical in style. It's got the elasticated waist. It's got a very tiny, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see that, sort of a textured dot in the material. This is a 24. It was $15.99 and it's got the same sort of sleeve as that one as well. I'm not holding out a lot of hope for this one. I feel like this one might do exactly the same in terms of where it sits on my waist, so let's try it and see. Okay, this one sits a little better. The elastic is actually sitting on my waist on this one, so it doesn't look quite as bad. I do not like the long baggy sleeve. We've talked about these sleeves for ladies of our age before, haven't we? And particularly plus size ladies of our age, I should add to that. It fits nicely across here. I could almost have sized down, I think. This one feels big. This is a perfect example of sizing, isn't it? The sizing is so hit and miss these days. You know, this is the same size as all the other tops I've tried. So yeah, this is definitely better than the Boohoo one, but I feel like I would prefer the sleeves to be a little less fabric, little less gapey down the sides, which you probably can't see because I've got a black camisole on underneath. But yeah, I will not stop trying peplum tops because I like the idea, but I think it might take me a while to find one that actually works for me. Final item is this, not quite a peplum top, I wouldn't say, although it is almost, but it doesn't really go in. It's just an added frill in the middle. Nice 3/4 length sleeve, which is gathered at the ends, which is good. I like the colour. They call it dusky pink. I'd call it more of a peachy colour, I think. A sort of, yeah, possibly more of a peachy colour. This again is a 24 and it's $15.99. The only issue I can see with this potentially is that it might be a little shorter than I would like. So let's see. The final one is a flop, I'm afraid. It does that thing again whereby this piece of material is added on just at my widest bit, and because I'm so high-waisted I've got a sort of an extra bit of material gathered round here. It just doesn't feel right. I love the sleeve on this, really nice sleeve, perfect length for me, very happy with the sleeve, and the neckline is nice. I really like the colour, but just this whole, it's just not working for me. I don't know if it might work if it was slightly longer, or the lengthwise it's fine. If everything else was nice about it, I wouldn't mind it lengthwise, although it does ride up a little at the back, as you can see, due to that extra piece of material. I don't think it looks horrific from the back, which is about the best I ever get from the back end. But yeah, this one's not for me, sadly, which is a shame, because if this fitted, I would really like it. I feel like it would be a good top for me. Well, that brings us to the end of today's haul and try on. Out of everything there, I'm going to keep the red dress, the very first item I tried on. I really liked that. I think that would be a really nice versatile piece for spring or summer. You can wear that during the day and dress it down with flat sandals, or in the evening with a little cardigan and high heels. So yeah, I can see that being a really versatile, useful piece to have in my wardrobe. The pale blue t-shirt, just the everyday t-shirt, I'm going to keep that. I might even order that in a different colour as well. It felt really nice and soft fabric. The green spotty top, I think I'm going to reorder in a smaller size. I really liked that, but it just was too big. And the biker jacket, now the biker jacket was interesting. I liked the idea of it. I didn't hate myself in it. It was definitely too big. I'm not necessarily going to order that one. I think it's the wrong time of year to be ordering a biker jacket, isn't it? Apart from anything else. But I'm definitely going to keep my eye out. I think that might be something that I would like to add to my wardrobe in the future. So yeah, overall, lots of misses, but again, I've been trying to buy stuff out of my comfort zone and try different things, and you're going to find things you don't like, aren't you? So yeah, I'm pleased with the 2 items that I am going to keep, and I think I'll probably be keeping the smaller size of the green spotty top as well. So let me know in the comments which things you liked. As I say, I will link everything below if you want to click through and see more information about anything, or if I forgot to say any prices or anything. I think that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.